Hello out there. What are you out there doing in Never Never Land, huh? Let me ask you, what are you doing that is important right now? Ask myself that question every now and then. Try to figure out what's important to me and what I've been doing that might be important to other people. Funny thing is, I never seem to be sure about what the answer to that question is. I kind of sit back and go, whoa, whoa, just give me a minute here. I remember once when I was a kid, my dear old dad used to, every year when summertime came, he'd give me this big, long, damn piece of fence, big, plank type fence that had to be painted. And I hated that. Every summer I knew that I couldn't do a damn thing until he had that painted. But I found out that if I got it painted too quickly, he'd find something else for me to do because obviously it was too easy. So I just kind of, as I got older, just kind of kept doing it slower and slower and slower. And by the time I got it done, he didn't have as many summer jobs for me to do. I discovered that same principle worked when I went into the Navy years later. Same guy, different kind of old guy. This guy in the barracks put me on give me some cans of this gray naval paint, the type that paint ships with, and he said, well, I want you to paint that aisleway there. When you're done, you do whatever you want after that. Well, you know what I mean? I was in a hurry to get out of there, so I did it in a couple hours, and I was out. And damn, I was just out of there. But the next morning, that guy found me, and he said, I've got you for a few more months until you get into that damn school you got to get into, or at least a month. And he said, I want you to do this. And he took me into another place and gave me a paintbrush. He said, I want you to paint that one. This went on and on and on for days and days and days. And finally I'd had enough, and I said, God, what am I doing here? This guy is driving me crazy. There was an old Navy chief there. That guy had been a veteran of World War II. He'd been a veteran of Korea. An old dog, old sea dog we call him. He said to me, son, what you're doing wrong here is you're working too fast and too hard. You're making him look good. And he says, you see, the better he looks, the less he's bothered and the more time he gets off. So he's going to use you till he just wears you out because he knows you're only temporary. And he doesn't stumble across too many guys that do that. He says, if I was you, I'd start messing up. And I said, what? He goes, oh, yeah. He'll figure it out. Well, the next day I was in there painting, and I'm going, oh, man, I'm getting so... And the guy started getting nasty. Hurry up, like you. I asked her, no time off. And finally I'd had enough, and I said, okay. So I tipped over the bucket of paint. Anyway, it went all over the place. I found myself out of a job the very next day because I figured he was going to have me in there cleaning it up, but I guess he got so mad at me he got somebody else to do it. After that, I wasn't out there painting. I think guys out there have been painting rocks, that were set along the trail, the walkways into the places. Hang on a minute. Yeah, what do we got there? What kind of time we got? Anyway, just a short story. Let you know what was going on in my part of the world and what's going on in yours. What I'm saying is when you get stuck with some kind of chore that somebody else is making you do, sometimes you do it because it's an obligation for something you're doing to put food on your table, but sometimes same things happen to people that are just being used by other people. And I guess what I'm trying to get across is you don't want to be used, and you don't want to use anybody else. What you want to be able to do is to share your abilities together. Anyway, thanks for your time, and this moment of just discussion on my part had a number of purposes involved and a number of goals. And we'll talk to you at another time, huh? Thank you very much.